I'm now going to talk about the area of a trapezoid, the formula, and I'm going to give you an example so you can have a good example in your notes. So a trapezoid is going to be a quadrilateral, so it's got four sides with two bases that are parallel. So like this base and this base are parallel. These two bases are parallel. The other side, the other two sides of the trapezoid are called the legs. So this would be a leg and this would be a leg. And then the height of the trapezoid is the length of a segment perpendicular. So just like the triangle, you have to have the little perpendicular part for the height. So the variable b is going to be your base, but because there are two bases, we do it with a b1 and a b2. A b with a small 1, a b with a small 2. So let's go through the formula. So the formula of a trapezoid is going to be 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times your perpendicular height. And so what I say is just add up your bases, add up a and b, divide it by 2, and multiply by h. So what I say again is I say add up the bases, divide by 2, and then multiply by the height. So this is exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to add up the bases first, then you're going to divide by 2, and then you're going to multiply by the height. And so let's go through an example. So if I look at here, I'm going to look at this one and we're going to go through it really quick. So remember, sometimes they like to add extra numbers to this, and you can see that there are extra numbers. So you have to remember, the two parallel lines are your bases. So if you look at this, you have to decide, okay, which ones are my parallel lines? Well, you can see that this one goes this way and this one goes this way. So those would be my two parallels. So this would be like my b small 1, base 1, b2. And then I have to decide what my height is. Well, this dotted line makes the perpendicular length, so this is going to be my height of 4. So now I'm going to put it into my formula. And just like I said before, I like to write down my formula just so I don't forget it. So 1/2 b1 plus b2 times my height. Okay, so like I said before, first thing, you add up your bases. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add up my bases. So if I add up my bases, I look at it and I can see that my bases are 11 and 13, so I'm going to add them up. 11 plus 13. I know I'm not filling it into the, and that is 24. I'm not filling it into the formula, but I will do that in a minute. So first thing, I add up my bases, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So I go and I say, okay, so 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then the last thing I do is I multiply by the height. So I'm going to take and I'm going to multiply by the height, the answer I just got. So my answer was 12. So then I put it in and it is 12 times 4, which is 48. And then I would say inches squared. Oops. I didn't get my n in inches. And so that is what I'm doing. I add up the bases. 11 plus 13 is 24. Divided by 2 is 12, and times the height, which is 48. If you put in the formula, you're doing the same thing. 1/2, 11 plus 13 times your 4, and it's actually b1 plus b2 over 2, but I just do it this way. Basically, it's an average of your bases. So 1/2 of 24 times 4, and you can see I'm going to get the same answer, I just did it a different way, and that is also 48 inches squared. I just wanted you to see that you can plug it into the formula and get the same one, but this is basically what you're doing. Add up the bases, divide by 2, multiply by the height, and we'll have a few of those that you're going to be doing on your own.